Ugh. I look like somebody who needs to be. Ugh. Ugh. I don't know what's in my eye, to be honest. Okay. Okay. Three, two, one, action. Hello to anyone who's going to be popping up here on my live stream. Welcome to today's live stream. So, obviously, from the title, it's not going to be a drawing live stream like I normally do on the weekends, but I will be doing that again tomorrow. But just today, I want to just come on here to talk about what has happened to me over the week, followed by my crazy Christmas shopping story that had happened yesterday. But before we get into that, make sure you subscribe, like this live stream, and click on the bell notifications, okay? So you can always be notified, okay? I don't, that's like, sorry, I just hit my drink. Yeah. I don't know why I just said that. I assume that's how it works, so, I mean, I've never done that before, but okay. Well, let's get to it. Hello. So for today, basically, the first thing I want to talk about today is my crazy Christmas shopping story. Now, this all happened yesterday on Friday, December is 13th, I think. 12th on a Friday. And here's pretty much overall what had happened. So, when I went to go Christmas shopping, normally I am someone who plans out like where they're gonna go to buy a gift for someone. I don't know if like you do that or not, but that's what I do. I prefer to plan stuff out, meaning basically meaning that I would prefer to go to a store. Well, no. Well, yeah, I do. Sorry, I'm tired. I've been up since 4 a.m., okay? Please bear with me. Um, yeah, sorry I'm saying a lot too. Okay. So, I'm a person who likes to plan out like where they're going to be going to buy someone's gifts, and for me, I was going to be going to two locations. The first location was Walmart, my local Walmart, and another one was my local mall. Hello there. Okay. So here's the thing though. I had thought that I had this whole thing planned out for my Christmas shopping, but God decided to have other plans or something like that. I don't know. Let me explain. So, okay. So I made it to my first location, which was my local Walmart. And my idea was just to walk in and just see what exactly I was going to get for these certain people. Now, at first, when I walked in, um, where are you from? I'm from America. Hi. Hello, bro. I'm from Bangladesh. Hello. How are you today? Okay. Anyways, continuing. So when I was in the Walmart, the first thing I did was obviously go into the fishing section or the nature section to go and buy some gifts because I do come from some family members in my family does love nature. Um, so yeah, I figured, I can go in there and figure out who did I want to get for nature. And then only for me to realize, wait, I don't know what to get anybody. And this is driving me crazy. Okay, here, let me explain. So normally, whenever I do go and buy someone's gift, whether it's for their birthday or for Christmas, I always like try to ask for like little hints weeks before I go and buy their gift, right? Um, yeah, let's just say I did not plan that out, and my mind was going nowhere. So, what do I do? I basically decided to call up some people who are either boyfriend, girlfriend, or friends of my relatives to say, hey, can you please tell me what has my relative been talking about wanting recently? Hello, vlog. Um, So yeah, basically I had to make a phone call to one of my siblings' girlfriends, and I said, "Hey, do you know if so and so what they've been asking about, what they've been wanting?" And they had told me, "Okay, well, they've been wanting this for quite a while now." And I figured, okay then. But then later, they texted me to say, oh, hey, by the way, I actually meant that they wanted this, not that. And I was like, are you kidding me? Basically, I'm talking about my Christmas shopping craziness. Okay? If you're wondering, I am talking about my crazy Christmas shopping extravaganza. Okay. So basically the first part I'm explaining is when I had called one of my siblings' girlfriends to ask, "Hey, do you know if so and so what they want?" And they were telling me one thing, but at the same time they had called me again later saying, "Oh wait, no, they wanted the other thing." And I was just like, "Wait, what? So do they want this or that?" I mean, because here's the thing, though. I was also trying to budget as well because, as we all know, pretty much anything's really like expensive this day. So I basically had to figure out what to get them because I was just going nuts. So I was just like, you know what? I give up. I'll just get them this, I guess, rather than that. I don't know. The reason why I'm not saying what they are is because I am very, very. I do not want. I don't know if any of my family members do follow me here on YouTube. If you do, I will not say what I got. You exactly. But yeah. So, so basically, oh, it's okay if you're leaving, vlog. Take care. So yeah, I had to. I just went like, you know what? This is my first. Do keep in mind, this is my first location. This is my local Walmart I went to, okay? I went to a local Walmart first. Then I was gonna go to the mall, my local mall, okay? And I was only in my local Walmart for about I don't know, like an hour, I want to say. But yeah. So when I got done, which by the way, I only had like 3 items with me. I only bought 3 items. So yeah, I just said, you know what? Screw it. I'm done. Let me go on to my second location. And then when I reached my second location, which was the mall, my local mall, I was basically just like, okay, you know what? This is supposed to be easy. This is supposed to go well. I am positive I'm only going to be in here at the mall for an hour. Scratch that. I was actually in the mall for like 2 hours, almost 2 hours. Because here's the thing though, during the entire time, and I don't know if anyone else who is watching this has ever felt this or has had this happen to them, but every time I was reaching a cash register, there was always the person who's working at the cash register telling me, "Hey, if you sign up now, you can get 15% off this item." And I was just like, I'm not in the mood for that. I just, because here's the thing though, I was just there to get a gift for that person, pay, leave. That is all. That is all I'm asking for. Okay, that's all I want to do. But then I did, and I don't know why I did this, but I end up, excuse me, Mary, where are you from? What? Okay, anyways. So basically, I just was like, I didn't want to do this, but then one cashier, I was at Hot Topic, and well, they were like, hey, if you do this, you can get like 15% off each item. And I was just like, you know what? Just do it, okay? Give me the percentage discount or whatever. And in my mind, I'm thinking, why am I doing this? But then I was just like, you know what? Okay, let's just move on. Oh, and for those wondering what I'm drinking a ginger ale. Mm. Okay, so what else? Well, while I was also at the local mall, I was about to get ready to wrap up my gifts when, well, I was in this one store and I had to go to this specific store. It's a crystal store. So one of my relatives has said that like they've been wanting crystals. Okay, they've been wanting crystals. They collect crystals, and they think they think it'd be cool to have more crystals. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I also have my own crystals as well. I have these. I have healing crystals. Yes. Mary, I'm not ignoring you. I literally see you typing. Um, but anyways, so when I tried to go to the crystal store, I found out that they closed. And that was going to be my last stop. And I was just like, no. Like the store was closed. The store was closed. And I don't know why, but I was just like, no. Like, but also in my mind, I'm thinking, wait, why are they closed? Why are they closed? Okay. Like, it is 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It is sunshine. There is all that. It's like, and the mall is like filled with people. So I'm wondering, why are they closed? And then one of the people who worked at the kiosk, one of the kiosks, I think it was like the cookie kiosk. I don't remember which kiosk it was, but the kiosk person told me, oh, they left for lunch. They'll be back in about an hour and a half. And I was like, an hour and a half for lunch? Well, first off, who's having lunch for an hour and a half? Like, if you're actually doing that, then please sign me up. I would love to have that job. But yeah, so I was just like, great. So after that pretty much had failed, I decided to say, you know what, I'll go to the local bookstore that's at the mall and get them a book on healing crystals because that's also something they wanted that they sent me on their Christmas list. So yeah. So yeah, my Christmas shopping did not really go as planned because I had no idea what to get anybody. And then when I did, um, it wasn't until when I had gotten back home and I started wrapping up the gifts that I got everybody. But then there was this one specific gift I got for this one specific person, okay? And they are little gummy treats, meaning like gummy candies, like gummy bears, gummy worms. You know what I'm talking about. And I was wrapping them up, and just as I was getting ready to put their name and from me on the gift, suddenly I just remembered, oh wait, they got braces, and they can't have gummy foods. I, yeah, I In that moment, in that very moment, I had effed up pretty much. Ugh. So, pretty much, I guess, overall, from my Christmas shopping yesterday, I it did not go as planned. For those who are joining, I was talking about how my Christmas shopping from yesterday went, and yeah, it did not. Um, like it did not go well for me. There was too much stress, specifically like finding a gift and spending this and that. I generally don't know like what to do. I mean, I've already packed up the gifts. I already wrapped them up. So, so yeah, that was my little Christmas adventure from yesterday, and hopefully I can try to find a way to fix it. Mary, what? He's talking about how much. Oh, give me a break. Okay, first off, yes, I'm bisexual, but I don't even know who Mary. I don't even know who Mary is. I don't know who you are. I'm sorry. I don't know who you are. Plus, I've had a long day. I've had a long day from just work, from so much. Let me just say the holidays can be very stressful, very tiring, and yeah. What do you do for a living? I work at a hotel as a chef. I had mentioned this pretty much in like all my live streams. But normally when I do these live streams, I'm normally drawing. But yeah. So I have been working as a chef as at a hotel. I've been working at the hotel for over a year now. Um, I and I will say this though, because I work specifically in hospitality as a chef, I will say this though, it is very interesting because I am apparently like the first person in my family to ever work specifically in hospitality, but yeah, so no one really had like shown me the ropes about how hospitality works until I had to basically learn it by myself and also from some coworkers that I work with as well. Favorite dish? Favorite dish for me to cook or favorite dish for me to eat? Okay, which are you talking about? My favorite dish to cook or my favorite dish to eat? Um, but yeah, anyways. And Mary, I'm just oh. Eat. Oh, one of my favorite dishes to eat? Okay. I like anything with like Italian. I like pasta. I like fettuccine Alfredo. I like basically any form of like pasta or like Italian food. I know that sounds like pretty generic or basic, but that's just pretty much me. I have loved Italian food since I was a little kid. I don't know why. I just have. And it is the best. Well, at least for me. I mean, you can obviously have your own, like, you can like what you want to like. Yeah, like pizza. Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying like I don't like pizza, but recently I've been having it more times, and honestly, I'm not liking it, to be honest. I'm slowly starting to almost not like pizza, but yeah. Black Bear, the singer, I mean, the first time I heard about him was back in 2020 when I went to community college. So, I mean, he was all right, but Eh. Do you like Turkish kebabs? I've never tried a Turkish kebab before. I haven't. I would, but I'm not afraid to try it. I'm not afraid to try it. I'm not afraid to try new things. I will say this though. I'm not afraid to, sorry. I'm not afraid to try new types of food because I feel like, it's a way to like explore your palate, explore your taste. Honestly, well, yeah. I mean, because I've actually had tried kebabs before, I think. I've had kebabs before, but they were more like homemade steak kebabs. I think that's what they were. I don't remember. All I remember is when I was younger, my family once had a barbecue and they decided to stick little bits of pork on a skewer or a stick and put them on the grill and just start grilling them. And we had kebabs of meat that night. But yeah, I would most likely would love to try a Turkish kebab. I just I assumed it'd be pretty good. I just assumed it would be pretty good. Hmm. Yeah. Also, one more thing. For today from at my job, actually, someone was selling these, and look what I got. M&M's. Yeah, so I don't know like whose forte this is, but yeah. Yay, chocolate, it's yummy. Yep. M&M's? No, M&M. M&M's. I get why it sounds confusing or like sounds very close to the rapper and Eminem. Which, quite honestly, okay, so who here remembers like the little weird war between like Machine Gun Kelly and Eminem? Who actually remembers that? Who remembers like when Eminem and Machine Gun Kelly were like fighting or like feuding with each other? Okay, so if I'm gonna be honest with you, I hold on, let me have some M&Ms first. Here, have some. Mm-hmm. Want some? Here you go. Here you go. Yeah. But anyways, so I remember the whole weird feud going on between like Eminem and Machine Gun Kelly, and honestly, I was just like, what are they feuding about exactly? And then when people started to tell me what was going on, because I think this feud happened like back in 2019, I think, or 2018. I don't know. I remember I was in high school at the time, and I went to high school from 2015 to 2019. Can I ask, are you Christian? Well, I do believe in God, and I do believe there is a devil, and I do believe in heaven and hell. And I do pray to God each and every day. Okay? But anyways, so yeah, I generally do not understand really what the feud was about. I will be honest. Like, I feel like it may have started because Machine Gun Kelly made that song called Rap Devil. Okay? That song called Rap Devil. I assumed that's why Machine Gun Kelly and Eminem were like going at it. It's because um yeah, Machine Gun Kelly was basically like going after Eminem with his song Rap Devil, I guess trying to diss him. And then later, not Machine Gun Kelly, Eminem made a diss track of of Machine Gun Kelly. I think it was like Kill Shot or something or Slit. I don't know. I don't know, but I do remember when when the like art cover of Eminem's song came out, it had Machine Gun Kelly's head like drawn out with like X's on his eyes and like a target in the center, and I was like, "Oh God." I don't know why. It just really confused me, that's all. Oh wait, what's this person asked? Sorry, what'd you say? Are you 17, 19 years old? I am neither. I am 24. I'm 24. I'm 24 years old. I was born in 2001. I'm a Gen Z. I'm a Gen Z that was born in 2001. I'm gonna be honest. But yeah, anyways. So when I saw the whole Thank you. Actually, that's actually one of the weirdest compliments I've gotten so far in my 20s. People have said like I look young for some reason, but I'm just like, what are you talking about? I don't look young. I feel old. Like it should be very detailed that I'm old, okay? That I'm 24, okay? I'm in my 20s. I'm 24. Next year I'll be 25, but yeah. But anyways, so yeah, about the Machine Gun Kelly and Eminem drama or like feud, I really did not understand. And what's my height? I'm 6 foot. I'm 6 foot and I'm 24 years old. Excuse me, I'm very sorry. But yeah. So overall, I just assume or like I don't know, they were just fight. I assume that like this is what happens with like most artists actually. I assume this happens with like most artists when they're feuding, they always end up making songs that are either like diss tracks to someone and the audience will be like, "Oh, this is so good." Even if it's like a diss track to someone, or other people might say it's very cringeworthy. Like when Machine Gun Kelly put out his song Rap Devil, that's when people said like it was very cringeworthy. Whereas when Eminem put out his diss track of Machine Gun Kelly, people were saying it was very well thought out or something. I don't know. But honestly, I just zoned out. Wait, hold on. That's one thing I don't get. Drake versus BTS? Like, why couldn't what's with all these beefs between artists most of the times? You know what I think? I think it's just like try to like claim whose place is back at the top of something. Like, I don't know if anyone here actually knows, but I had did some research on an old pop feud called it was some two people called Fergie and Nelly Furtado. I think that's her name. Fergie and Nelly Furtado, apparently they were feuding as like being the top pop princess or whatever back in the early 2000s, and I was just like, hey, both their songs are good. Why are they feuding? And then people started saying, oh, it's because of this, it's because of that. And honestly, when I started doing a little bit more research, I figured, nah, I mean, they're both really good artists. Why are artists choosing to feud with each other? It literally makes no sense. Like, seriously. I thought artists supports each other, not make songs to basically just, tear each other down. I'm so lost. But then I have seen stories of artists giving interviews who used to be in like these high uh, music industry record companies talking about how sometimes when it comes to like gaining more attention, gaining more attraction from fans, apparently the artist needs something to like almost rage bait people, really. Almost rage baits. Oh, it's okay. Yeah, but that's just what I think. That's what I just think. It's rage bait. Like it's rage bait. That's what it's making. That's what's making people like just hate each other. Hey, you're ignoring me. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry about that. But yeah, anyways, that's what people or like artists from like old companies they were in have said in interviews, like where their company says that rage bait is the best way to garner attention, it's the best way to garner views, it's the best way to have good sales, it's a good way just to like for like everything because apparently being an artist doesn't mean you can be creative and just be yourself, but apparently you have to like rage bait people to the point of that's how you can get your fame. And it's just, I don't know, it just sounds like it's a whole mess to be honest. And yeah, it's yeah, it sucks, I guess. But this also kind of like reflects on like what I wanted to talk about how one of my videos that had recently hit over 100K views on my YouTube channel for the first time. And if you don't know what that is, this year I had a short video that I posted back in 2023, recently starting to get more attention this year and is now at officially over 100K views. And this is my first video, by the way, on this app specifically on YouTube, where hello, where apparently, um, yeah, I had hit over 100 views, but there was a problem that I was facing, and that was a lot of hate. Apparently, I was facing an inordinate amount of hate from that one short video, which I did not understand why. I did not understand why, but basically, that one video that I did, do keep in mind, it's an astrology video, and if you don't know, recently I have been posting more astrology videos here and there, but yeah, from that one video, basically, I don't know what to say. I don't know if it's because people assume it's like very cringy. It's like, maybe the information's not there. Do keep in mind, I'm just still learning about astrology each and every day. And astrology is like my main content I post on TikTok. But other than that, I do post other short videos. Yeah. So although I'm very thankful to have reached 100K views on that short video, to be honest, it also took a toll on me, on my mental health a little bit, because I was just assuming like everybody was hating on me for reasons I could not understand. Hi there, Val. So yeah. So yeah, basically I felt like I was getting hated on for no reason at all. Can we see your chain necklace? Oh, sure, here you go. See? It's my little chain necklace with a crystal on it. It's a clear crystal to be exact. Oh, and there's a dog barking outside. Yeah, is it a natural crystal? No, I bought it at an aquarium. I bought it at an aquarium. I bought this little crystal here at an aquarium a few years ago, and since then I told myself, you know what? I want to try and see like how often I can wear this, and well, I'm wearing it. And if you haven't seen in some of my short videos, I have and also my live stream videos from here as well. Basically, I wear this every day, except for when I go to work because I work in a kitchen, so I have to be Very careful. Sorry, there's currently a dog barking outside, and all I can say is please help. Are you chef? Yes, I am a chef. I am still a chef. I've been working as a chef for over a year now at a hotel. And yeah, so far I have been enjoying the job. I definitely learned a lot of ups and downs, specifically when it comes to being a chef and when it comes to being a someone who works in hospitality. And I will say this though, the ups and downs that I learned, one is that you have to make sure that you are consistent with what types of food you're putting out. Two, you always got to make sure like how much you're putting out. Make sure you're not putting out too much, but at the same time, don't put out too little. And then third, you always have to make sure that no matter what, even when you run out, you always got to find a way to either find substitutes or try to just figure out something else. If that dog, I swear. Sorry, there's a dog out there. It basically barks. It annoys me. It's not my dog. It's a dog that one of my family members got, and it's driving me crazy. And it's currently being crate trained, so please forgive me. But anyways, so yeah, that's one of the things that I learned, and I will say this though, I have faced a lot of fails. I had faced a lot of fails when it came to working as a chef. Some things are like not putting out enough food or putting out too much food or causing food to be wasted, and also trying to keep a kitchen as clean as possible. And yeah. And also just trying to be one person. Because here's the thing though, at my job, whenever I have to work by myself, specifically on Mondays and Tuesdays, that's when I work by myself. I always have to pretty much almost be like three different people. I have to be for like 3 hours. I have to be a cook, I have to be a cleaner, and I have to be a organizer or check on inventory. And it is just, yeah, excuse me. So I work about 7 hours. I work 7 hours. I work from 5 a.m. to almost 12 a.m. And I get up at 4 a.m. for my job. So normally Mondays are like our very slow days. So Mondays do allow me to be very chilled. It does allow me to be relaxed. It's just, yeah. Tuesdays though, Tuesdays I'm not gonna lie can be crazy sometimes because it could be 6:30 in the morning and when I open up those doors to start serving everyone breakfast, it can be a madhouse. Like I am holding my breath, I am saying my prayers, and this is what I do every day. Um, I before I, sorry. So before I even open up the doors to well, serve the people food, I always say a little prayer just in case. I know that sounds very cliche. I know that sounds very cliche, but basically I always say a little prayer. It does help. It does help me. Because I'm like, okay, I need someone by my side. If it can't be a human, God, please watch over me. That's all I'm saying. Okay? But yeah. So I always say a little prayer before I open up the doors and start serving people food. Not just me, but also I say a little prayer for my coworkers and all the all the guests that are staying with us because recently throughout this year we've had a few events where there has been people who have been injured. There have been homeless people that's been scaring people. And there has been just overall, there's just been so much going on around my workplace. There was actually a shooting that happened a few months ago, but I'm not going to say on here because obviously I wasn't there when it happened. I had already clocked out a few hours prior to when that incident had happened. Nobody got hurt, okay? Nobody got hurt, thankfully. Nobody got hurt. But yeah. But yeah, I always say a little prayer to help me because although a lot of people may think that working in hospitality is an easy job, it is not. Okay? It feels like any other type of job you have, whether you work in the military, whether you work at a bank, whether you work in fast food, whether you work at a gas station, basically anywhere where you earn a paycheck and you are indoors and the lights are on and there are security cameras, basically anywhere you are. I hope that, before you start your shift, you always give like yourself a little prayer. You say a little prayer for yourself because that is important. That's what I do. I mean, you can do it if you want to as well, or you don't. It's really your choice. But I make the choice to always say a little prayer before I start my shift at work because it just, yeah, it just helps a little bit. Okay. What's your opinion about the immigrants? Well, in recent news, I will say this though, it's been really sad. I mean, because a lot of people from other countries have come to this country just so that way, they can live a better life, or at least in a place where, things aren't so strict and a little bit more freeing, I should say. But this year alone, we have seen so many innocent people, immigrants who are in this country to live out the American dream. But sadly, though, this year alone has not been working well anybody, with any immigrants. I will say this. I think the saddest thing I've ever seen, and it just pains me to even say this, I had saw a video of a man being arrested by an ICE member, and not only that, but this immigrant was clearly having a seizure, and he was also holding a baby, and I assumed that baby was his child, and I was like, oh my God. There is a man in that car. He is having a seizure. He is holding his baby, and there's a man from ICE trying to arrest him for doing what? For doing what exactly? Because from what it looked like, nothing happened. It just looked like that ICE cop officer, whoever, just decided to just, you know, arrest him for no reason. Like, I don't get it. It's literally a father holding onto his baby while he's having a seizure. And the worst part is, I don't know. I don't know. There are people who are trying to help, but there are other officers who are like just swatting at the crowd to stop, when clearly there is a man having a seizure and holding his son. Like, what the hell? This is not America. I will be honest. This is not America, okay? This is not the America people thought of, where like people literally get arrested for so many things. Okay? There are so many people out there all over the world who dream of freedom, who dream of going to a place just so that way they can feel safe and like get away from all the stuff that they had learned about and even maybe want to bring children there, bring children into the world. But if America keeps doing stuff like that, and I don't even care if like ICE or whoever, if the government or whoever thinks, because I'm obviously just one person saying this from thousands and thousands of other people saying stuff like, trying to just let immigrants be free. Let them get their, let them become legal citizens. And even those who are legal citizens, let them just be themselves, okay? I mean, hey, I was born in America, so apparently, I obviously have no idea how that feels. Okay, I have no idea how that feels. I have never stepped foot or had worn the shoes or anything like that. I have never been in the mindset of someone who obviously, moved to a different country, okay? And either barely knows the language or doesn't know the language at all. I have never, that dog just pisses me off now. It's just so sad because that's just what it seems like America's coming to. Because, like I said, people come here just so that way they can, you know, have freedom in their life, but they can't because apparently there are people out there who are suffering. There are immigrants out there who are suffering. And I know I'm just one person out of, like I said, the thousands of other people. What is sad? You all right? I'm talking about how America is not doing well, specifically with immigrants. I feel like immigrants should have the chance to just, you know, not have to fear walking the street because that's what it's coming to. Okay? Nowadays, immigrants who are walking on the streets of America are pretty much like looking over their shoulders. And then some who are just living their life day to day, somehow they're going to get arrested for literally something that doesn't even make sense. Like imagine just someone just walking like a completely normal person just walking alongside the road or whatever, or walking into a store, okay? They're walking to the store just to like buy, I don't know what they're buying because, that's none of my business. But like imagine if someone got arrested for literally just going to the store to buy food for their family. Like, and then, the papers, I don't know. I'm guessing in like the ISIS officers or whoever is arresting the immigrants or immigrant, determining on if it's a single or group of people. How do they feel? Like, are they proud of themselves? I bet not. I think there's also a little bit of like a power trip in their head. So, yeah. Yeah, so to anyone here who's on my live stream, and I do know that some people who are on my live stream, specifically on YouTube, I do know some people are from like other countries who ask about America, and if you do want to immigrant over here, I will have to say this though. I will have to say this though. I pray that if you make that decision, I will tell you this. This may easily, what I'm saying could easily be what could happen to you. And honestly, I hope that it doesn't ever happen to you, okay? Because whoever you are watching this live stream, an immigrant who wants to come to America and explore the American lifestyle, whether it's for like your studies or anything like that, please know that there are good people out there, obviously, who do support people and, don't judge people for who they are just because of their skin or gender or um, who they like, who they fall in love with, or their cultural background. As long as like they are a person who is hardworking, dedicated, and wants to spread love only. But yeah, it's hard when America nowadays is basically falling apart. And do you know what makes me mad though? Okay? Do you know what makes me mad? So yesterday I was scrolling through TikTok. I was scrolling through TikTok and I came across this one video of a woman in Congress speaking with God knows who, a group of men sitting on podiums talking about how, and she is sitting there, I guess, trying to represent America, but let me tell you, she ain't doing a good job. She ain't doing a good job representing America. I'll tell you that much. Because you know what she said? When she was asked the question, is the United States purposely deporting immigrants? And she straight up said, no. Even though, but then another man asked the same question again, and she said, no. Even though there is physical video, there is physical photo evidence, there is physical proof on the news, in the papers, on the screens, on social media. Basically, there is living proof that that is happening. And to Diva, if you're asking if racism still happens here, pretty much yes. Pretty much yes. But there's also, very few people who, will treat you with respect and treat you and not treat you any differently from who you are and will respect you for you. I will say that though. But other than that, racism is one of the many other common things that still happens in America. I will say that. And it's just sad. That's all. But, anyways, that woman who was clearly lying under oath in front of all those guys sitting or men sitting on those podiums, all I can say is this woman needs, like, I don't know if she didn't take any like smart juice or anything, or she chugged a big thing of stupid juice, or I don't know. But she clearly um, lied under oath and needs to get off of Congress because if this is seriously who people who voted for Trump, by the way, I never voted for Trump. I wanted Kamala Harris. Kamala. I wanted Kamala Harris, okay? I wanted Kamala Harris, not Donald Trump, okay? And whoever, Trump supporters coming here, you can come after me and say, well, Kamala Harris did this, did that, did that. No, 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 no. Okay, to anyone here who voted for Trump again, take a look outside and take a look what happened. Trump so far has caused people's food stamps to basically not. He basically caused no one to get any food stamps in the month of November because he wanted to spend $130 million on a freaking ballroom. He said he was going to make America great again, but each month it kept on going downhill. And then nearly every 3 months, he was trying to delete TikTok like 16 different times, trying to say, oh, it's because of this, and also because the Chinese have our data. No, no, no. The Chinese already have our data. Let's get this one thing fact. Okay? To anyone here that owns a cellular device or any type of device, the Chinese government or Chinese whoever, they will automatically have your data whether or not, okay? Even if you have TikTok or not, they will have your data. They will have that, okay? It's not just it's not just surrounded by one app. I mean, seriously, for God's sakes. This man who clearly has like a giant orange gray cat sewn to the top of his head is literally nuts. He's literally nuts. That's all I'm saying. And I'm sorry for like acting up. It's just that I've really been hating the news lately. I've been hating the news. I've been hating Congress. I've been hating the US government lately. And I can't wait until we reach that year when Trump finally gets out of that office. And I will say this, I will be happy to vote for Kamala Harris again. I will be happy to vote for Kamala Harris again. So that way we can get a president. And it doesn't matter and it shouldn't even have mattered if the president we were going to get was female. We needed someone like Kamala Harris, obviously right now. Okay? That is all I'm saying. Okay? That is all I'm saying. Okay? I did not vote for Trump, and I did not care for Trump the first time. I will be honest. Because, in my opinion, I did not care which president we had, because back when Trump became president, I was a sophomore in high school, and then later, I believe that's when we also got Biden, and then a few years later after Biden, there was the fight between Kamala and Trump, and I hoped that Kamala was going to be our president because Trump clearly did not do great in the first parts, here and there when he was president the first time, and now the second time, yeah. I mean, Joe Biden, I will be honest, Joe Biden was a little bit better. He was better, I will say that. But yeah. Best president of all time according to you? Truth be told, I don't know. um All I can say is that when Kamala Harris, hopefully in a few years, decides to run for president again, I hope she becomes president. Okay? And I don't care anyone here who's a Trump supporter, if you are here on my live stream and you come after me, okay? You can say all these hurtful things or whatever, but it will not stop me. It will not stop me from having a voice. Okay? Because a voice, from what I've learned, a voice is a very powerful thing. A voice can go from being quiet to being very loud for anybody to hear. A voice is what you have is is what you have to be able to say how you feel, what you want done, what you want to see happen, okay? And your voice can go from being low because let's be honest, when people always ask for what they want, half the time they do start off very nervous. Like me, whenever I talk and want to make a speech about something, it does make me nervous, but the more I speak, the more I talk, then and the louder my voice gets and people being able to hear that, that's what that's what a voice is. A voice is what you have, your voice, okay? Your voice. Your voice, your words, and it's basically a weapon, okay? It's a weapon you can use that can help either change the world for the better, or someone could have a voice that's causing the world to be much worse. But the important thing is, you know, to always speak up, okay? It's your voice. You have the right to use your voice for your opinions, for what you want to say. And you should not let anyone stop you from using your voice, okay? Because I know you are a very strong person, okay? And you may not see it now, but you are going to have a future, and you got to make sure that no matter what, if someone tries to put you down, remember, you have a voice. You have a voice, okay? And if anyone tries to put you down for whatever reason that they think is a flaw of you or something that they believe you can't do, I want you to stand up, look them in the eye, and use your voice. Because, like I said, a voice can be a powerful weapon. Okay? And I don't want you to be silent even for a minute. Okay? That's all I'm gonna say. Whew. Well, I am gonna be getting off this live soon, but you have to become a motivational speaker, I swear. um, I might think about it, I don't know. People have told me that, but yeah, I will definitely have to think about that. But yeah, but anyways, I do have to get off this live now, but thank you all so much for being on my live today. I will be live again tomorrow, so make sure you turn on the bell notification so you can be notified when I go live tomorrow. Also, don't forget to, excuse me, sorry, don't forget to also subscribe. I go live around 3 p.m. Eastern time, 3 p.m. Okay, 3 p.m. I go live every weekend, every Saturday and Sunday, if you wanted to know. And normally what I do is just draw. I mainly draw a lot. So, yeah. And also I recently had done a little black and white sketch video that I posted about like 2 weeks ago by now. So if you want to go and see it, it's out on my YouTube channel. You can go and watch it if you like. But yeah. But I will be live again tomorrow, so make sure you hit the bell notifications, make sure that you are subscribed, and also like this live stream if you enjoyed the video. And thank you all so much for joining my live. I hope you all have a wonderful day and or night. And as always, take care and stay safe. Mwah. Oh, and to those that are wondering, I always blow a kiss when I end my live streams. I know that's weird, but I just assumed it'd be like a nice gesture, but okay. But yeah, see you tomorrow. Bye for now, and take care and stay safe. Okay? Mwah. Bye.